My bird journey began.
And my bird journey
My
began.
birding journeys.
My bird journey.
And my bird journey.
The first bird that really caught my eye and got me super interested was a green heron. I loved how punk they looked and like how they were like a wood duck, but with a heron body. It was really cool. And now I always keep my ear out.
Red-tailed hawks. I know they're a pretty common bird, but I just love the way that they soar around, and they're just so beautiful and majestic.
Migratory birds stand as symbols of connection. They remind us that we share one planet, one interconnected ecosystem, and that our actions in one place affect life in another.
I used to go out to Mount Charleston, and every time I would be on the lookout for the mountain bluebird, a just gorgeous color. It made me care about them and notice the other birds around me.
This like magical creature just decided to be like, that's my home, and it's your home too. And so you learn to share with them very quickly. You might see like a nest in a different spot with like all the little baby woodpeckers all shooting out. There's so much of this emotion, this vibrancy to what birds are.
Found out about a nighthawk session over in the Pine Barrens. And they did their thing, and then they swooped, and you hear that woof. And it's just like, wow, it's so exciting. It was so exhilarating.
My cousin and I started by putting out a hummingbird feeder, and one night it was storming out. At least 7 came in. They were all cooperating around the same feeder.
A couple winters ago, I had a white-throated sparrow spend the winter in my yard.
About 6 or 7, I used to ride my bike out to the sanctuary and watch all the birds.
Hooked on birds since my 3rd grade teacher took us to a nature preserve.
Even before I could walk, I've loved birds.
Becoming part of Audubon's campus chapter program has really helped me see birds in a new light.
On the top of one of the saguaro cactuses, there it was, the gilded flicker, my last United States regularly occurring woodpecker.
We've gone to a bobolink festival and gone bird watching with our binoculars. It's amazing the peace that it provides, just stepping outside in the quiet.
I was driving down the road with my family and saw a silhouette on a power line that looked just like what I'd studied in the books, an American kestrel. That is my favorite bird.
Mi ave favorita es el tucán porque es una de las especies más significativas y simbólicas, no solo del Amazonas en Colombia, sino también de todo el Amazonas en este continente.
Picking up that book has snowballed into an entire career of painting birds and teaching people how to paint birds and using my art to connect people with birds.
The spark bird for me really was the brown pelican. I was a scuba diver before I was a birder, and diving out in the Channel Islands, I would see brown pelicans going into the water with me.
I got a job interview in South Texas. I came down for that interview and I went to a park where there was one single plain chachalaca.
And through those cameras, I learned it was actually a northern shrike using her fence as a sacrifice, and I was so driven to learn more about birds and eventually learned everything that I have learned and have made it my mission to protect them and protect the environment and the world that they live in as well.
When a painful injury left me homebound, my husband bought me a bird feeder, which he hung outside our window. I could watch the colorful birds coming and going, goldfinches, blue jays, cardinals. Y podría decir que mi ave preferida es el barranquero, y recuerdo siempre ver como esos colores y esa cola larga que tienen, y me llamaba mucho la atención desde muy chiquita, entonces creo que es una ave que me conecta mucho con mi familia.
My favorite memory with birds is sharing that with 2nd grade students.
And then I was really lucky in high school and college to have educators who were both very big bird lovers, to where now I am a 100% certifiable bird nerd.
Sparkbird was a phainopepla because it was the first bird I was able to identify from a distance, and it felt like a superpower. Such a simple thing, and it opened up a whole world for me.